Yeah, every Wednesday I read some spooky stuff or we watch some stuff. We need to add some music for sure. So we're gonna have to make some music real quick with my free copy of Perfect. All right, now just
kick, jumper, infection,
baby.
I remember that. I remember that.
ooh, ooh. Rock me, baby. Rock me, baby.
this is how you make atmospheric music. You just don't give a shit.
Baby.
Jack it up.
It's a... Okay, let's go.
And we push it. And we push.
Yeah, all right, now we go to the mixer. If I can find it. There it is, it's hidden behind everything. We add some reverb. We add a compressor. And then we need to add a thingy-majiggy. Is it a sound goodizer? No, that's not it. Balance? No. Equalizer? Where's my equalizer? I haven't touched this since last week, so I don't remember where anything is. I'll read pretty much anything for the sake of, limiter? Sure. That's not what I'm looking for, though. I sent a list of SCPs to you on Discord. Thank you. Shaper? The Wikipedia cock and ball torture, thing? I probably won't read that. Okay. I mean, cute, but... Balance? It's in here somewhere. Frequency shifter. I don't know what that does. Ah, there we go. What was that about Vaporeon? Don't be saying that shit in my chat. All right, do we want to add some actual like instrumentation, or are we good with that? I think we're probably good with that. I mean, like, it's atmospheric. It straight up does not matter. All right, well, that's not working.
Come on, dance.
Sounds very threatening.
Don't stop.
I can't get this one. You know what? It's fine. I don't care. This is Fruity Loops. It's a free version of it, so I can't save it, but that's fine.
Dance. Hey, feel it. Don't stop. Dance. Come on, babe. Jump up. Feel it.
Baby.
Spin it again.
Okay. Perfect. So now we can read this. I mean, all I'm doing is stretching out sound effects to the point that they distort. So you don't really need to... I should probably buy Fruity Loops at some point rather than continue to use it weird and bootleg like this, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna read as much of this as I can before my throat gives out on me, so I apologize in advance if it does faster than I'd like. A global LK-class twist of fate probability failure scenario is currently in progress. For the duration of this crisis, any and all requests originating from the ETTRA personnel are mandatory directives carrying an authority of Overwatch Command. The SCP Foundation personnel with undeclared anomalous conditions declaring themselves to the ETTRA representative at this time will be granted amnesty from containment, amnesticization, or termination. It is vital to the organization's continued survival that all internal probability vectors be identified and countermeasures be developed in a timely manner. It is vital to the continuation of the human race that the organization survives. We hold dominion over paranormalcy, and our law supersedes Murphy's. This is one that was highly recommended. We need to get the tier thing up because I actually don't know what this means. I mean, it's hard to contain whatever the fuck it is. Because this is the new system for sorting them. Explained? I don't understand the new categorization system. Random tail, SCP, shortest, group interest, formats. Is that what I'm looking for? Oh, fuck. Guide for newcomers, do you see that? Oh, fuck, it's right up at the top. I was looking in the wrong spot. Guide for reading. Guide for writing? frequently asked questions. Also, I need to make sure I add the Discord. Everyone, stream. Okay, I can't. I got a link for it? Yeah, hold up. Let me permit you. There you go. There we go. Could not find this for the life of me. Thank you. All right. Examples. So clearance level, containment, disruption class. So the secondary class is what we're looking at. Secondary class is an optional new class used but not invented for the classification system. The secondary class will be known as the esoteric class. You can find out the list here. And this is inimical. Okay. Item must be decommissioned as containment efforts only worsen its effects. Okay. Disruption class Emita, which seems really bad, and risk class is critical. Special containment procedures. All containment efforts respecting SCP-7000 are under review of the Emergent Threat Tactical Response Authority. Non-that personnel must refrain from containment activities directly related to this scenario. These anomalies are exacerbated by containment efforts and therefore must be decommissioned. All Foundation personnel must consult the ETTRA manual, LK4. Don't bet on it, assessing your task probability variable intensity before undertaking their daily duties. Tasks with probability index of over 4.9 must not be attempted except for under direct instruction from the Overwatch Command, ETTRA, or supervisory personnel possessing security clearance of 4+. A full manifest of known SCP-7000 effects will be propagated daily on SCIP.net and until further notice must be consulted before experiments or operations of any kind are undertaken. SCP-7000-1 is inconsequential and requires no containment. And then it's a guy. That's just some dude? Give me 1 second to get something out of the other room. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Nausea just kicked in. Had to go take some medicine for it. I don't know why. I think it's some new medicine or something I'm on. But anyway. SCP-7000 is a progressive randomization of probability factors and anomalous mortality on the planet Earth. The potential beyond and potentially beyond. The effect is not total. Comprehensive karmic failure would, in quick succession, terminate consensus normalcy. The SCP Foundation and the human race, but instead piecemeal. Each factor is randomized to a different extent in the different length of time, often with different geographical radius of effect, corresponding to no obvious logical pattern. Nevertheless, the cumulative impact of many nonsensical and high-profile outcomes to former predictable actions is degrading the veil of secrecy at an alarming rate, jeopardizing the containment efforts worldwide. The cause of this disruption is at present unknown. SCP-7000-1 is Dr. William Wallace Weddle, a white male, 54 years in age, presently serving as Deputy Chair Republican Studies at replication studies at Site 43. His relationship to SCP-7000 is classified Level 4 secret. Clearance 4 credentials confirmed. A remainder of this file may only be disseminated with express authorization from Emergent Threat Tactical Response Authority or O5 Council on penalty of death. Addendum to the 7000-1 phenomenological overview. On the 7th of July 2022, web crawler IO Lorenz reported unusual behavior from random.org, an online number generator service serving as a bellwether for changes in universal probability. Computers can only generate pseudo-random values due to the inherent predictability of programming code. Random.org circumvents this by converting natural atmospheric radio noise, achieving true randomness. IO Lorenz issues daily requests for 10 random numbers between 1 and 10, 1 and 100, and 1 and 1000 as early warning signs of probability collapse. The results of the 6th of July have been as followed, which is just random numbers. This one is very recent. Whereas more recent one came up with, like, you know, a very even pattern. Meteorological investigation reveals that all atmospheric noise, regardless of weather conditions, now produces non-random numbers in a discernible sequence. Now, IO Lorenz immediately activated a brute force redirect from random.org's number generator itself, and began generating pseudo-random numbers for the public consumption until the anomaly could be identified and contained. Emergency, couldn't you just do that with your own surveillance equipment rather than fucking with random.org? Okay. The Emergent Tactical Threat Response Authority and Analysis Department were informed and latter quickly generated the following list of statistically unlikely events occurring at the same time date testifying to rapid and widespread onto kinetic event. I got 55 twice. We're dead. We're fucked. Analytics Department report. Infiltrator belonging to GOI 03 Chaos Insurgency captured whilst engaged in a series of cryptic acts at the area 150. I got it right. Infiltrator possessed a partial step compilation and operational overview prepared by the insurgents chief operative, the engineer from data provided. This is so many words that don't mean anything to me. This has already gone right over my head. Yeah. I didn't know that random.org used like radio waves or whatever. Cloudflare wall of lava lamps. Yes, I was going to talk about the lava lamps. They're cool. There's a lot of nerd jargon here. Step 22 out of 617 suggested travel between two structures via a tarmac path. Infiltrator interrupted by the sudden onset of a violent storm and knocked unconscious by a large hailstone. Reactive action. Subject detained. Interrogation underway as engines. Okay, so someone who wasn't supposed to be in the secure, contain, protect organization's underground vault was there sneaking around doing stuff. The Chaos Insurgency is a group of defected Foundation members seeking to take down the Foundation itself. Do they have a reason? Because that just sounds like sussy imposter shit. A sudden wholesale collapse of all existent cryptocurrency markets. Reactive action, none taking, event fully consistent with long-term probability models. That's fucking like the shade right there. Yeah, like cryptocurrency is gonna fade. Like, that's, yeah, this is fine. That's not, why did you even write that report? Turns out that if you put all your eggs in a asset that has no functional money value because it changes too fast, and no, precious commodity value because it doesn't keep its value, it's basically a worthless thing because it varies so often in value. Anyway, item SCP-179 expressed obvious confusion identifying threats in 8 directions corresponding to the cardinal compass points. Although the relationship is purely visual, as SCP-179 is not located on Earth but in close proximity to the halosphere. Due to the prohibitive expense of replacing solar probes after a mishap, no attempt has been made to communicate directly with SCP-179 until stable probability restored. Area 08C monitoring remotely. I just started reading this. Yeah, I mean, you can see the bar. I'm not that far. Also, I should probably zoom in a bit more, yeah? Sorry about that. I always forget that I need to do that. All right. Is that better? Easier to read? Much. Okay, cool. Try and read it right so you don't have to and you can just chill. Right. Repeated interruption of Old Faithful cone geyser in Yellowstone National Park every 13 minutes deviated from the bimodal pattern of approximately 65 and 91 minutes followed since 1870. Evacuation of the area and implementation of a scientific cordon to disguise parascientific investigation. So they're just saying like some stuff is randomly happening and it's fucking with stuff. Like they found a guy just screwing around. Then the cryptocurrency market fell, but don't worry about that. And then an SCP that I don't know about is upset and confused. And then Yellowstone Old Faithful started erupting every 13 minutes instead of every 65 to 91. Uncorrelated yield curve shift of multiple low yield investments by anomalous insurer Goldbank's Rhines Insurance Group Limited. Adjusted book value now in hundreds of millions of dollars USD. Representatives responded to all inquiries with the following. We would be pleased to discuss these unforeseen by you developments in person should you wish to trigger an earlier review of your policies at this time. No action taken. Investment crash the following day, erasing all gains made. GR representatives unresponsive to further inquiries. Great. The Emergent Threat Tactical Response Authority declared a state of emergency on the 8th of July. The O5 Council granted ETTRA amnesty powers over the staff with undeclared anomalous conditions to encourage self-identification. Unaccounted for ontokinetic and thermological factors could theoretically complicate scenario mitigation efforts. Multiple staff members at Site 43 came forward with anomalous classifications over the following week. The last was Dr. William Weddle, that's such a stupid name, interviewed on the 13th of July. This is SCP-7001. They got you doing interviews now? Something happened to the people persons? Every able-body's got an obligation to help if they can, pal. We're facing an all-hands-on-deck crisis. Are those getting closer together, or is that just me? I swear we only had one last year. Okay, I'm going to skip the boilerplate and level with you. We're extremely busy, what with the world having found a fun and new creative way to end. So don't waste my time. I know you're a time waster, a hypochondriac to boot, but give it to me straight and simple so I can dismiss it out of hand. What anomalous condition do you think you possess? I'm unlucky. Jesus Christ. No, honest to God, I'm extremely unlucky. Good things don't happen to me. Period. Game-changingly bad things don't happen to me either. I'm stuck in a cycle where nothing I do turns out right. Mood. This is a walk-in clinic for closeted reality benders. You realize that. I'm a disaster response coordinator, not a therapist. You're not listening. I'm in charge of replication studies, yeah? I've done replication studies on myself. What do you do in the privacy? What do you do in the privacy of your room? Listen, fucking listen, all right? You know what? Just he reaches into his lab coat pocket and produces a slow sequence. In slow sequence, 3 large pieces of pocket lint, a plastic bottle cap, a lab coat button, a push pin with the point piercing his thumb, a Canadian quarter. He sucks on his thumb for a moment, then places the quarter on top of it. Gonna call it in the air. Flips the coin. Heads. The coin sticks to the ceiling, and Dr. Weddle and Dr. Solowski examine it for a moment. Who puts gum on a ceiling tile? All right, that doesn't matter. Think of a number between 1 and 10. Okay, 10. No. 3. No. 5. No. 1. No. 9. No. 8. No. Come on. 3? You said 3. 4? No. 2? No. 6? No. 7? No. I mean, yes. Jesus, that was entrancing. Let's do it again. Let's not. Do you have any other data? Coin lands on Dr. Weddle's head. Reaching up to remove it from its hair, it is stuck as the gum has still attached. She sighs. Coin record flips going back 20 years. I've never called it correctly. Never. Never. And this? Couldn't you? You can't see? What do you mean you can't see? Did I not scroll down enough? You have to scroll more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is my whole life. It has been since, I don't know. Every decision I make is a mistake. Everything that can go wrong does go wrong. I've been exposed to so many batshit anomalies that they stop bothering me. With the 1 week E-class quarantine, I've been kidnapped by VKTM, the Fickner Need Technical Media Hub. So many times I've lost count. I've got no agency. I've got no control. Everybody just moves forward. But I stand still because my foot is stuck between the train track boards. I'm a negative probability sink. Does it affect other people? I think it can. I make my staff run through a periodic exercise to reset their luck, which seems to protect them from the backwash. I was going to write a paper about it, but I thought I'd have to write from a containment cell. So, like, why are you messing around with anything that could blow up the world? Why are you allowed anywhere the fuck near it? Why haven't they just killed this guy? No offense, but like, God. I guess him not being able to die is part of his bad luck. Yeah, about that. Why are you sharing now? You could have kept this secret indefinitely. Folks around here just think you're a clumsy idiot. I thought you had experimental proof that you're just a clumsy idiot. Because this kind of shit is getting worse, and random stuff not being random anymore. Predictable stuff going haywire. I'm liable to get pasted by a bus that want to walk outside a topside elevator. Buses don't run around here. With my bad luck and our bad luck combined, they might make an exception. Well, wait a second. You said you've been keeping records. Yeah? Any change in the last week? Nope. Every call goes wrong, every single one. Every single one? Why? There are 136 probabilistically anomalies on record. You just became the 137th. Yay for me, so what? Well, for the first time in your life, Willie, you're someone special. I think he's supposed to have, like, neutral luck. Nothing ever goes super wrong. The Chaos Insurgency agent sneaking around the facility was not Dr. Weddle. Right, yeah, no, he's just a guy who works there. I'm just saying, like, why haven't they locked him up and or killed him? And I guess the answer is they can't. Honestly, I think things going bad for you to the point that you die is less bad than things going mid for you continuously, but kind of like in a shitty way. You're friends with Weddle, right? Gonna tell him if I say yes. No, Harry, I'm not going out of my way to engage Willie Weddle in conversation. Think about it. Yeah, sure, we're friends. And so what does that consist of? Well, he follows me around to make fun of him. He eventually falls over or walks into something. I help him get up or call the medics, and we kind of have a give and take thing where he gives me headaches and I take out the piss out of him. We probably seem like an odd pair. Not really. You kind of look like him. What? Big head, weird beard, dad glasses, no style? That's just every tech person. He got a doctorate, though? Yeah, but his doctorate is only useful in, like, world-ending experiments. Fuck off. I bet he thinks about it a lot. I could almost be that guy. How come he's got a better job, more friends, real human wife instead of a... However that sentence ends, I do not want to hear it. Point is, for the grace of Fortuna, there you go. I think of it as some divine grace of having absolutely any grace. I feel bad for him sometimes. But he lives down to his station. He's an ass. You ever think that there's anything anomalous about his blundering about? 1 or 2 times, maybe. Spill? Spill is right. My wedding last month. Oh yeah, the flood. First damn day in decades I wasn't wearing work boots. And the other time? Have you talked to his ex-wife? I've never heard of Silly Crab Productions. You will. We're still finding our knobbly little feet, so to speak. So Dr. Solowski, who's doing the interviews, is now lying to his ex-wife, pretending to be someone else. I guess that explains why you'd hire such a shitty expert. Did he ever tell you the grades he got in college? Because they only let him through his PhD program because his father was a donor. Weddle's a bit of a donor too, isn't he? If you get my drip. They stare at each other for a moment and then burst out laughing. Alright, that was good. You got 5 minutes. What does that mean? Like he jerks off competitively? Terrific. So, yes, we're doing a background check on him, and I want to know if there are any skeletons in his closet so his company doesn't get embarrassed when the paparazzo digs up an old tweet. I doubt he uses Twitter. He's all thumbs and everything, but all pinkies with electronics. That's good. I'll have to remember that one. But what about his character? What kind of man was your ex-husband? Silence on the recording. He was selfish, worthless piece of shit. And I doubt he's improved much since. Wow, not exactly the answer I was hoping for. Care to clarify? When I accidentally dropped my Nikon off of Niagara Falls on our honeymoon, I kept my cool. When he face planted in my father's cake on his 70th birthday, I was going to say 17th, like what the fuck happened there? I took it in stride. When I had to get a second job because he accidentally showed up to the wrong office for 2 weeks and said he'd never notice, said nobody ever told him, and he got fired, I let it slide. But the crash wasn't my fault. Crash was not his fault. I was driving mad at him, of course. I was always mad at him. His stupid puppy dog shat on the rug face. Oh, so believable bullshit. I didn't mean to cut the bottom off my best jeans with our weed trimmer. It just happened. And then there's our house. What was I? The crash. Yeah, so the crash. I was furious with him. Some shit. I can't even remember. I saw red, except for not where the actual red was. T-boned a minivan at speed. Lost my license. Lost my car. Nearly lost my job. Lost my husband too. The day I got out of the hospital, he just fucking left. Jeez, can you imagine blaming someone for getting hurt? Couldn't handle the least amount of responsibility. I was better off without him. Wait, what? Is this guy from the black and white infomercial universe? There has to be a better way. Seriously, it is that guy. You're banned for being funnier than me, though. Just so you know. You're banned. Oh, we're talking about... Oh. I guess? Healthcare might be free in Canada, but down here it can cost you your whole life. Understand, rest assured. We'll be taking this all into careful consideration in our hiring decisions. Good, because no matter how hard up you guys are, you still need someone you can trust. You'll be better off without him, too. Tell me what you think of Weddle. Researcher O'Connell. Okay, it's this file above his clearance level. This file is above his clearance level. Well, that seems kind of mean. Come on, shit talk your boss. I'm giving you a free pass here. Yeah, I wasn't saying I disapprove. I mean, being mean to the guy is a pretty natural reaction. I've never met a more inconsiderate person, you know? Don't know how many times I've caught him taking the last drop of coffee and leaving me without making some more. Maybe he thinks that his time is worth... Man, I couldn't even get through that sentence. No kidding, but his excuse was even better. If I made coffee, you'd probably all get bean poisoning. Bean poisoning, right? That's not a thing. If you're gonna be a jerk, own up to... Oh my god. This sucks, dude. Like, he's trying not to murder everyone around him. And so he's being nice by not doing things. Anyway, right. That's not a thing to do. If you're going to be a jerk, just own up to it. Be a jerk about being a jerk. Don't sugarcoat it. No point in sweetening jerk coffee. Would you characterize him as unlucky? I characterize it as karma, but yeah, sure. If you want to ask Bast about that, then he's made a study of it. Bast? Researcher LeBlanc. Bastien LeBlanc. I see. Gabby thinks he got the scoop on Weddle. What are you taking? Why are you talking like a 50s newsboy? He ever tell you about his luck anomaly? He's coming clean to the ETTRA for amnesty. I kind of didn't believe that was real. He's a lot more cynical than me. He must have really been freaked out. Does he have any reason to be? So basically he was working for the organization for like years, pretending to not be the most unlucky fucker on earth. I think so. He's got a real bad luck magnet. Got rituals to make sure the luck doesn't rub off on anyone else. He told me about that. You think it's possible? Or plausible? All I know is he's worried about it. Your girlfriend doesn't think that he worries about people at all. Hey, have any problem with his employees dating? It's been a month and he's never mentioned it. Why would he? He can be a total jackass, sure, but he's not cruel. You actually kind of like the guy, don't you? Yeah, I kind of do. He's stuck in a bad pattern. He's trying to break out of it. He's not all bad once you get to know him. I've known him for 20 years, kid. I don't know him well enough. He spent that entire time talking himself up, trying to get noticed, trying to outdo everyone around him, and he's never worked out. Now he's too old to change. Yeah, I feel like this is not the job to take, man. Like, but maybe this is the only job he can get, and it's implied that, yeah, the real implication is that he's getting a job at the SCP Foundation because he's extremely unlucky. I see. I think he has changed. He hasn't done anything for that, any of that for months. He's been avoiding attention, trying to keep under the radar. What, you've been misjudging him for 20 years? What if he's been misjudging himself? What is that supposed to mean? Has his bad luck ever rubbed off on you? How would I even measure that? Would you say your luck's been bad or good since you transferred her here? I guess it's been good. Yeah, your girlfriend seems nice. Okay, replication studies keeps accident logs, right? For the whole site? Right. Who's logging this week? Me, actually. How many accidents have you logged? None. As of yet. Haven't put the reports in? Haven't gotten any reports. I'm just now hearing how that sounds. Don't beat yourself up. Absent trends are hardest to spot. On the back of the interviews, Dr. Solowski approached Dr. Dan Blank, director of the ETTRA, with an experimental proposal involving SCP-7000 and Dr. Weddle. The probabilistic breakdown continued to progress, with its effects felt most keenly by the paranormal community. Item Sloth's Pit, Wisconsin. At the NX-18 ceases to operate according to the rules of narrative logic. Its prime effect being effectively probabilistic in nature, the exploitations of tropes and literary devices consistently producing desired effects. This reduces the Sloth's Pits to the status of an average West American town. The fuck are any of those words? What is Midwestern? Where is town? Nexus occlusion measures continue in expectation that SCP-7000 will eventually be neutralized and the effect reversed. Counseling provided at Site 87 staff will affect civilians and myth figures in the area. Senior associate at Marshall and Carter and Dark Limited killed in a folding couch incident. Reactive action. Folding couch accidents, although uncommon, do occur naturally. Earthquake in Antarctica. The least earthquake-prone continent on Earth. Epicentral investigations uncovered a buried chaos insurgency firebase. All 53 personnel dead of asphyxiation. Reactive action. Excavation for potential future use. Dr. Dan presented a brief to the O5 Council on July the 16th. We have to do something about this. It's simply not sustainable. We've got butterflies causing super typhoons in the South China Sea, and we've got the asshole who decided that it would be fun to experiment in irons at Area 06. We got black cats, mirrors, ladders, changing the arcs of people's lives out there. We had the task of 2 AICS with sniping eBay auctions, because I don't know if you know this, but everyone always labels things rare on eBay, but suddenly everything is rare unless if it should be. There are 15 auctions of pieces of toast for Jesus' burnt face into them when I got up this morning, and only 3 of them were faked. Procurement of liquidation reports that every agent who goes into the garage sale now comes home with a handful of anomalies. Half of the kittens in the world are being born polydactyl, 6 or more toes on each foot. We're going to have to brainwash the entire scientific establishment into believing some bogus argument about atmospheric factors to explain it away. That or put a lot of cats into a bag, and the bag into one hell of a deep dark river. Quite the preamble. Was it worth wasting our precious time so you could have spent presenting? I think that's what that's supposed to be. With a solution? Yes, absolutely, because here's the thing about the preamble. Not everything I just told you is strictly probabilistic. Polydactyl is a hereditary mutation. Rare items for sale. Not talking about Jesus bread here, have nothing to do with random chance. Probability doesn't make valuable objects. Man-made valuable objects start existing where they didn't exist before. And hen's teeth? That just doesn't happen anywhere at all outside of a lab. You didn't even mention the hen's teeth. I didn't mention about 500 other things either. What you're saying is this is actually a probability crisis. No, it definitely is that. It's just not entirely that. Everyone who ate that potentially deadly blowfish yesterday lived. Everyone who ate today died. Ate it today died. Dice come up with snake eyes today, 24 hours, natural 6s, or 20s, or whatever the max is. So many people are catching shiny Pokemon. I could explain what that is thanks to my staff, but I don't and shouldn't. But you don't and shouldn't care. Why did you even bring it up then? We've got to knock out Nintendo's online services. That's okay, it does that on its own. Every fan site and a few Reddit communities in order to avoid getting the word around. We've had to slot agents inside every existent gaming commit. Why? To manipulate their numbers, or possible close the casinos entirely on the pretext that it's entirely too dangerous to operate them during COVID, which it is, so that's lucky, meaning the disease will probably dry up tomorrow and we'll still need to find a new excuse. And we didn't even take in Vegas, so we had to go wackier still. Site 666 brokered a deal with the Under Vegas demons to run fixed games at the Strip, to hide the fact that honest gambling, to the extent such a thing exists, straight up doesn't work anymore. They were, and I'm sure you won't be surprised to hear, thrilled to help, but that's just a band-aid solution. Since you're going to absolutely hate my short but little long-term effect fix, I need to make it perfectly clear that we're dealing with an extremely complex constellation of strictly probabilistic and superstitious luck effects, which we're calling one anomaly for the lack of a better explanation. All right, we'll rip the band-aid off. What's your terrible solution? So they're summoning demons to make odds worse. Just that way they seemed more natural. And yeah, I kind of wish that they wouldn't reference as much nerd shit. I mean, like, I'm aware of Reddit and Pokemon, but why is Dr. Dan, you know? I've stopped understanding what happened. SCP-7000 seems to be some sort of, like, probability event that's causing all the probability stuff to go fucky. Drink some water, your voice is a bit raspy. Yeah, I've got some, but I mean, you know, like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to Because he's a massive nerd who doesn't realize the O5s probably are not. Yeah, the O5 are probably like fucking angels or demons or some shit. We don't know. There should have been an SCP tail rather than an entry, right? Probability is just doing weird stuff. It's inconsistent and it's doing the opposite of what should be expected. Every probabilistic anomaly in the SCP database is either dead as a doornail or operating wildly outside of established parameters. And as for now, every single one that wouldn't be the case. With your permission, I update. With your permission, I update SCP-7000 file to include Dr. William Weddle. Who's Dr. William Weddle? Did you say Weddle? That's a real name? He's a low-lifer at Psi 43. You've got very little reason to know who he is. But at the time, he's potentially the most important employee we have. He just self-identified as a serial loser, and experimental data backs it up. This guy fucking sucks. This guy can literally not catch a break, which is sad, but what isn't sad is that he's the only probabilistic anomaly that's still ticking over. Oh, that's interesting. So despite the fact that probability seems to be breaking down everywhere else in reality, this guy still sucks. His life is still shit despite everything. Like, at this point, like, if the probability of SCP-7000 was working on him as well, his life would actually start going well. But it's not. So he's one consistent probability thing where things are consistently not going well for him still. Assigned loser at birth. Are you certain? Absolutely. Do you know why? Absolutely not. We haven't had time to study him. All we have is the data to go on, and my hunch is from the deputy, but that data is extensive. Wet Willie lacks imagination to lie. My deputy knows his shit, and at the moment, Dr. William Weddle is only reliable probability factor on planet Earth. Good lord, what good can that do for us? On the face of it, not much. If he had good luck, we could obviously use that, but bad luck? We could let him get corrupted by some GOI or other, have him fuck them up with his good intentions, but that's a limited utility in a very wide problem field. Yes, let's not do that. This guy is just plain unlucky. Him, personally, it's nothing better than a baseline for predictable probability. Also, are the audio levels okay? Do I need to, like, bring the desktop audio down any, or the music, if we want to call it that? Atmospheric growls. I'm good? Okay. Obviously, you think it might be something more. I do indeed. There's two theories, Weddle's own and Dr. Slosky's. Here's what Weddle thinks. Bad luck clings to him like an ontokinetic cloud. The universe will take any opportunity to take a cheap shot at him, and if he gets overloaded, he can bleed it into his surroundings and cause chaos. This fits with the observed facts. Slosky's hunch goes deeper, I presume. A lot deeper. Based on his initial interviews with Weddle's colleagues, he has had an analytical department compare negative probability events from every facility since 7K started. Here's what they discovered. Site 43 is the luckiest place on Earth right now. They're still seeing random luck effects, but only good ones. So Slosky had them pull older data while they were still going over everything. But it looks like a general trend, allowing for the occasional unavoidable cataclysm. Site 43 has always been one of the luckiest places on Earth, and that's, I think, because of Dr. Weddle. You don't think that his bad luck wears off. You think everyone else's wears off on him. Oh, so this is not the main catastrophe of the story. Yeah, he absorbs the bad luck of other people. He's a bad luck sponge. So everything is going well because his life sucks. Wonderful. Precisely, and unavoidably, unpredictable bad luck is presently our biggest issue in dealing with the effects of 7000. We rush to fix one problem and encounter 3 more on the way. I want to use Weddle as a stabilizing agent for our spot treatments. Put together a mobile task force, apprehend him into it, then swoop in and save the day whenever necessary. Call it MTF something 7000, the Magnificent 7 or whatever. Not that. No, definitely not that. Half the Magnificent 7 die. I'm glad that the 05 Council watches movies. I don't think that he's reached critical mass. I think he just consistently has bad luck. Weddle is an antidote to SCP-7000. SCP-7000 is broken probability, yes. Whereas Weddle is just a guy who is a bad luck sponge. Also, they're making jokes in an 05 meeting, and also, like, the world is, like, in a very bad spot. Like, if probability just goes off the rails, like, I mean, yeah, polydactyl cats are cute, but, like, we could have worse problems happening. People are dying of random shit. That's not good. I haven't read too many things involving the 05 Council, so I don't know much about them. So if Dr. Weddle were to someday die, would the world suddenly go to shit? No, I think it's just an area around him that he pulls in the bad luck. I'm spitballing. Logistics can come up with something better. We'll use him for a high-value deployment whenever possible. To ensure success, 6 expert super soldiers and 1 walking time bomb. Let them wander around soaking up bad karma, while our boys and girls get the job done regardless of probabilistic bullshit. Call it Operation Black Swan. It's nice that you had the time to name all these things while the world was falling apart around us. Not giving them names would be unlucky, sir, and I'm operating on the assumption that at some point fortune will smile on us again, and I have a theory about that too, but I'd rather it not go on the record at present. I don't want to jinx myself since, well, you know. All out, what's your theory? Redacted. You can't be serious. Of course he can't. Ask him what the slide he's been pointing to the entire time is. I assumed it was some sort of chaos theory or heat map projection. I'd assumed he was going to explain it eventually. Did I not? I'm sorry, it's my breakfast. Every egg in my house has 2 yolks now. The point is that it's going to affect every aspect of our lives before long. And that means that I'm as serious as I ever have been about in my life about potential solutions. I think that we all know that enough to be getting it on with. We'll put the Black Swan to a vote. I move to accept. All in favor? Most everyone agrees except for 2 people say no and 2 people say... Also, the 05 Council is 13 people. I didn't realize that. Thank you for your time. You won't regret it. Success to failure ratio of that particular statement is presumably up in the air, just like everything else with respect, sir. And he was one of the ones that voted against him. The lucky and unlucky... Oh, 7 and 13 are unlucky numbers. Is 9 supposed to be lucky? Ichi san shi go roku shichi. No? It's 5 that's the unlucky number, right? Apparently and 7 is a lucky number. I see. 7 isn't so much a lucky number as it is a statistical likelihood of 4 means death in Japan. Right. 7 is like the most likely dice roll if you roll 2 6-sided dice. Get into it, but there's 36 combinations of how your dice can roll, and a lot of them are 7. Think about all the different ways you can add up to 7 with 2 dice, and that's how it works. I said I wasn't going to go into it, and then I immediately went into it. Thank you for your time. You won't regret this. All right, there we go. Dr. Dan and Dr. Solonsky immediately began preparations for Operation Black Swan as the probability collapse continued. Captain Andrea Adams assembled up 5 of her top performing agents to fill out the ranks of MTF Theta 7000, Fortune's Sons, and begin a rigorous training period. I don't even know how you train for that. This seems like a joke one. The photo is good. He just tripped. Yeah, Weddle tripped on his way in. Despite possessing advanced survival instructions as a consequence of his existing esoteric containment duties, Dr. Weddle scored significantly lower than the previous bottom-line percentile of all mobile task force training metrics. The acceleration of the SCP-7000 phenomenon nevertheless necessitated the denial of his repeated requests to be relieved of his new duty. So they sent him as a SWAT team, and he sucks at it, because of course he does. And so they've set up this group of people to just take out specific issues one by one. The acceleration of the phenomenon necessitated the denial of his repeated request to be relieved of his new duty, as well as similar requests on behalf of Captain Adams. Let's see. Steady increase in accounts of chickens born with monophyletic they have teeth. Creation of a thread on a conspiracy website, parawatch.org, suggests the phrase rare as hen's teeth refers to the scientific impossibility, but instead of a hereditary mutation which proliferation of genetically modified organisms in modern farmscapes has reawakened. Sorry. Theory saturates the globe due to the predatory news aggregators within 1 week. 3 Chaos Insurgency infiltrators captured due to gaining access to Site 91. Step 22 out of 624 of their step completion detail is an up-to-date schema of security patrols. 1 patrol route significantly delayed when all 5 officers discovered pebbles in their footwear to stop to remove them, leading to the confrontation with no Foundation casualties. This would kind of suck if it was 100% serious. You are right, but it is silly. Patrols increased at large containment facilities, resulting in 11 further captures and 6 terminations. SCP-4040, namesake of the Sloss Pit, Wisconsin, transformed into a bottomless pit of variable depth. As the only civilians aware of the pit's former nature are already residents of the Nexus, response limited to activities monitoring time, Site 87 Thaumaturges, Dr. Catherine Sinclair and Dr. Montgomery Reynolds remain stationed at the pit with radio equipment and supplies for long-term occupancy. Despite the misgivings of his captain, Dr. Well was declared officially fit for combat on the 30th of July. Theta 7000 were deployed to attempt insertion into Firebase 5, a Chaos Insurgency facility uncovered via the accidental encoding of its location on Cognohazard carrier wave directed at Site 01. No previous attempts have been made to exploit this information, as the SCP-7000 effects was expected to nullify the professional advantage the Foundation agents would enjoy over Chaos Insurgents. It is therefore deemed that the likeliest test case for Dr. Weddle as a field agent. I don't know what that means. Adams, Luck, Chico, Lee, O'Reilly, Britt, and Tanner. Weddle is Luck. Of course he is. Theta are approaching the operational zone in their modified Chinook helicopter. Sound ready, 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 ready. I don't want to be here. Ready, I'll drop. Repel from the rooftops, Adams, Britt, Chico, O'Reilly, Tanner, Lee land without incident. Luck twists his ankle. Oh shit, fuck. Breaching. Tanner sets an explosive on the roof as the team heads for cover behind the exterior air conditioning unit. Luck leans on Lee for support. Their helmets strike. Luck is momentarily dazed. Get down. Adam pulls Luck behind the air conditioner. Luck stumbles and falls, losing one combat boot and breaching as the breaching charges detonate. Get his damn boot on. I'll do it by not taking my chance. Get the damn boot on. Lee replaces Luck's boot. All set, kiddo. Piss off. Positions. Theta 7000 takes positions around the new ingress point in the roof. Clean cut. Good work. Thanks. A sudden crack appears on the edge of the aperture, and the portion of the roof that Luck is standing on collapses. He falls into the structure. Do we lose Luck already? Move in. Move in now. Luck, Theta 7000 enters the facility via the aperture, which has not collapsed further. Lee finds Luck sprawled on top of a presumed Chaos Insurgent who is now unconscious. See, that's his luck right there. Where it's like, he lost his shoe, fell through a hole in the ceiling after twisting his ankle, but did successfully knock out a guy by falling on him. I guess your name means something after all. I don't want to do this. Theta 7000 are standing in an access corridor. There are red flashing lights and semi-spherical globes on the ceiling, illuminating 2 rows of doors, some open, some closed. Adam gestures and the team cautiously begins checking each door. O'Reilly on it. O'Reilly locates a wall panel, then pulls on various components until the wires are exposed. He retrieves an electronic multi-tool from his belt, carefully affixes the leads to it. Luck twists his other ankle as O'Reilly checks out the readout. How the fuck have you done? He sucks so bad. Jesus fuck. All clear, cat. They had 3 different gas systems ready to go. If you believe it, all disabled now. Got a schematic of the traps ahead too. How many? CI, boss. Over 100 in the next few rooms alone. I've shut down everything that triggers remotely. Just watch your step and you should be fine. All right, moving on. How do you... I twisted my ankle the other day and like, I was like, just fucked. It sucked. Lots of limping. Yeah, I mean, it was really difficult to just walk the little bit I had to. I don't think they're all Irish, right? I think just O'Reilly is. Yeah, just O'Reilly has a real Irish name. No, wait, no, not even. Those are all Irish names. You were looking at the nicknames. Yeah, I was too, and I was like, O'Reilly, that guy's gotta be Irish. And he's that name is not an Irish sounding name. Alright. Let's see. Alright, moving on, people. Theta 7000 proceeds down the hall at a brisk pace. Luck runs to catch up, falling flat on his face twice. Third time he turns midair, landing on his back. He is unable to right himself. Halt. Lee retrieves Luck as Adam bends down to examine a metal strip embedded into the floor grouting. Wired for current. How did you miss that, O'Reilly? Sorry, it wasn't on the schematic. Fucking CI. Good thing that wasn't active. Adam glances at Luck. Luck sneezes. I can't see. Theta 7000 head over to the end of the corridor. The door is ajar. Why can't you see? I do take SCP requests. We're probably just going to do this one today and probably not a whole lot longer because I am starting to lose my voice, but I'm going to go for as long as I can. Theta 7000 take cover onto the other side of the door. Luck crouches down behind Lee. Both microphones capture the sound of fabric tearing. God damn it. Series of gunshots ring out, striking the door frame. The team positions such that no round finds its mark. Dazzle. The flashbang grenade goes to the door, heads down. Luck sneezes again. His head is raised when the grenade detonates. Incoherent screaming from Luck. Forward. They enter the room at a wide T-junction. Luck continues to scream, struggles to his feet. I can't fucking see. I think he ripped his pants and then I think his helmet has fallen down over his head or something. Theta subdue 5 insurgents in tactical gear with minimal expenditure of ammunition. Luck staggers behind along the wall behind. So, okay. The reason that he's getting his ass beat so fucking hard right now is that it takes incredible amount of skill and luck in order to do a tactical operation like this. And he's absorbing all of the bad luck that they're having. So, like, they are just incredibly lucky right now. But in order to absorb all of that, he has to be just, like, fucked up. He's collateral. Like, literally, they're just dragging him around because he's just fucked up. He's gonna die. He's gonna die from this. But he won't die, because if he dies, then that would be good luck at this point. I don't think that on an average day, he, like, stumbles around this much. Some kind of fucked up bard class. I really kind of want to run this as a D&D character. Like, luck sync. I don't know how you would do that. Maybe like an inspiration bard or something? And then like... Wild magic sorcerer. Honestly? Curse thief. Let's see. I can't see. Where's the main breaker? Judging by the power draw profile, probably on the lower level. We need to find some stairs. Luck walks through a door and directly over waist-high railing of a wide, well-lit stairwell. Oof. Luck pitches over the railing and falls. We lost him again. They rush down the stairway, foregoing operational caution to retrieve the asset. Luck's belt has been caught on a lower railing and he's hanging with his pants half down. I don't want to be here. Get him loose. Theta 7000 explore the stairwell attached to the hallway as Lee detaches Luck's belt. Luck falls to the floor. I want to go home. Is your home childproof? Suck my... Gunfire resumes as Theta 7000 take defensive positions and return fire. Looks like 2 fire teams. Cap stuck in good. Which way is the breaker? O'Reilly checks his device and scans the halls. He points. Take Luck and Lee. We'll hold him off. I don't. Shut the fuck up. They provide cover fire as O'Reilly, Lee, and Luck take the indicated door and rush along the new passage. The sound of gunfire recedes. O'Reilly notices a wall-mounted electrical panel. Here we go. O'Reilly trips a series of circuit breakers. But wouldn't the luck of the bad guys go good as well? A distant groaning sound can be heard. Front doors open. Send in the cavalry. They're jamming our signal. Damn it. Can't do jack down here. Ops outside might be able to crack the code, but there's a lot of luck involved in the CI ciphers. Luck reaches into his helmet to scratch his nose. He's unable to remove it again. Help. We got a signal. Control. This is Adams. Sending the ASVs. Expect heavy resistance. We'll give cover. Adams, Britt, Tanner, and Chico advance on the insurgents. O'Reilly suddenly sneezes, removing his hand from the circuit breaker at the moment that it begins to spark and catch flame. Luck, in an attempt to remove his hand from his helmet, has lodged his index finger in one nostril. This is Mr. Magoo shit. Ceiling-mounted sprinkler briefly activate, then cease. There is a flash, then a muffled explosion beneath their feet. What was that? Get back here pronto. Lee and O'Reilly head back down the hall. Luck trips on a loose floor tile and stumbles through the plate glass window of the office. Oh, for fucks. There's a loud crashing sound from the office Luck now occupies. Lee and O'Reilly rush into the broken window to see that the floor has caved in again, and Luck is gone. Must have overloaded some systems on the floor when the breaker blew. Lee jerks his thumb towards the remainder. He's still got his finger up his nose. He's not lobotomized himself in that. Lee jerks a thumb towards the remainder of Theta 7000 are engaging the insurgents. Are they insurgents if you're the ones breaking into their place? Isn't that backwards? Stairwell goes down one more level. 2 agents return to the hall. Their teammates have pushed into an attached atrium. Trading fire with the insurgents now boxed in more by agents advancing on the entrance. That's their group name. Chaos Insurgents. It's in their okay, fair enough. Gonna grab the albatross, boss. Literally. Yeah, that's actually a really good explanation for him. Give him a pat for me. Tell him he's a good boy. Britt, go with them. They head down the stairs to the bottom level, only to proceed along an attached hallway until he reaches a large storage facility. Luck is visible in the center, dazed, heading towards the door on the far wall. One insurgent is standing nearby, rifle trained on him. Shit, I got this. Britt advances into the room, taking cover behind wooden crates and steel shipping containers. As insurgent raises his weapon to shoot, Britt springs out of the shadows and slits his throat. Precise instant, the door opens, and a second insurgent appears with his rifle at the ready. Bad luck. Roof collapses. The insurgent is struck by a piece of falling masonry, crushing his helmet and presumably his skull. Luck is covered in debris. Shit, Luck, are you alright? Luck swallows his helmet microphone and begins to choke. Transcript ends. Aftermath. Firebase 5 was taken with minimal Foundation casualties. Dr. Weddle was treated for a broken collarbone. No other member of Theta 7000 sustained serious injury. Chaos Insurgency losses total 37 individuals incapacitated and or killed. One major supply and repair depot is now under Foundation control. 7 stolen SCP objects, multiple vehicles employing paratechnical components, and 3 prisoners recovered on site. Fun fact, according to one of the lores, one of the O5 could be a cat. That's so weird. Analytics department review. A shoulder camera footage reveals the near absence of anomalous probability factors in the atrium firefight, suggesting that Dr. Weddle did in fact absorb all of 7000's effects over the course of the operation. The interim between missions, SCP-7000 continued to take his soul. 7 Chaos Insurgency infiltrators captured installing explosive devices at Site 120. All 7 attempted to destroy their step compilations before capture. One was unable to do so. Her portable lighter was not able to produce flames. Surviving step compilation carried an impression of handwriting, presumably of a note written on top of a separate piece of paper. Handwriting decryption leads to discovery of an insurgency safe house in Poland and in detention or neutralization of a cell of 23 individuals. SCP-3856-1, the multiversal internation of researcher Samuel Lloyd residing in baseline reality, chokes on a ham sandwich and expires. SCP Foundation places a high alert on immediate escalation of present case class scenario, ending in the termination of all life on Earth, the inevitable result of the universe's loss of the iteration of researcher Lloyd. No changes on the scenario course noted thus far. 3 senior Mechantite priests, one of each faith, killed by a freak Murphy bed accident. The beds keep killing people. Per the Triumvirate Accords, expressions of sympathy made on behalf of Overwatch commands and funeral costs partially defrayed. Yeah, they're folding beds. They keep folding up on people and killing people. After a brief recuperation period, Dr. Weddle was cleared for active duty again, and Theta 7000 was briefly commissioned. A series of missions over the following weeks served to mitigate the worst of SCP-7000's veiled, threatening elements. Though the search for a permanent solution remains ongoing, a digest of representative operations appended below. Operation 7004, attack Deepwell Systems, -4 I should say, at Outpost 316 by Serpent Hands agents. Intervention, Theta 7000 repelled the attackers while technicians attempted to reverse thermological damage and corrupted code. Dr. Weddle supervised. Only minor difficulties encountered. Operation declared successful. Dr. Weddle sustained various minor injuries: stubbed toe, chipped tooth, broken collarbone, broken fingernail, herniated disc. On-site paramedical services returned him immediately to active duty. Debriefing due to recalcitrate on part of Dr. Weddle, researcher LeBlanc was appended to task force to conduct an assets debriefing. Partial transcript appended below. Guys, just let him repeatedly trying and saying it until he either gets it. Yep. No, I'm bad at reading. But I didn't do anything. They estimate the damage code involved some 7 million dependent variables. Every one of them was a minute, or minute. But the existent threat to the success of the repair operation. You stopped them from going off. You saved a computer system carrying more information. I didn't do anything. So you got me a handler. I prefer thinking of myself as an agent. If you were my agent, I'd fire you. If you were my client, I'd get you fired. I know you would, kid. 7000-1 operation. Expert defusal of improvised thermonuclear bomb in the free port of 3 Portlands by Unusual Incidents Unit. Joint action with the SCP Foundation via the presence of Dr. Weddle, exhausted from earlier operation on the same day. Dr. Weddle attended in his sleep via a provision in an army. Can we just like knock him unconscious? Like just bring him like, oh, that's probably him right there. But can we just like sedate him? Thermonuclear. Magic nuke. Okay. I thought thermorgy was like fire magic stuff. A post-defusal investigation reveals 3 separate anti-tampering measures on hair triggers that had not been tripped. Dr. Weddle swallows 3 flies during the operation. UIU representatives and Dr. Dan agree that the technician would not have been informed of this correlation. I did what? I mean about the bomb? Thaumaturgy is a general thing for magic in the SCP universe. Okay, got it. The O5 Council, okay, this is Operation 7013. O5 Council required escort to a classified location on the Asian subcontinent. Theta 7000 partnered with MTF Alpha 1 Red Right Hand to complete the pilgrimage. Success, no operational complications per regulations. As an active anomaly, Dr. Weddle was kept as far distant from the council members as was feasible. Nevertheless, O5-1 encountered him in a compromising positions on 3 separate occasions. Partial transcript appended below. I don't want to do this. I know you don't. Universe has something to say, Bastion, about whether my pants are up or down. It has a lot to say, Bastion, about whether my pants are up or down. Man, I'm really sorry. I can't do this anymore. I can't. Don't let them make me. Okay, I won't. I promise I won't. What? I won't make them make you. We'll miss the next appointment. Let them come and get us if you want. And what do they get to do? Shoot the researcher and let that and the goose that lays the golden egg? You get it? And Bastion, laying an egg is slang for messing. What? I don't know that one. Oh, laying an egg is for slang for messing up, right? Bastion, you had one job. What is it? To kick my ass into gear. So do it. Well, I forgot that geese can bite after you, Dr. Weddle. They spit too, so watch the fuck out. He's willing, but he's gonna complain the whole fucking time. SCP-682 breached containment at Site 45 and approached the town of Augusta, Western Australia during a folk music festival. Theta 7000 attempted to recapture the anomaly whilst evading the scrutiny of approximately 1,000 people, including media representatives. Dr. Weddle was stationed between the operational zone and the festival. As the containment efforts failed, SCP-682 approached. He was forced to move into the crowd. An anomaly was finally disabled within 100 meters of the event. The action nevertheless escaping civilian notice as their attention was fixed on Dr. Weddle's altercation with a rogue kangaroo. SCP-682 returned to containment without incident, while video footage of Dr. Weddle being kicked into an industrial barbecue immediately saturated the internet. Fat idiot gets wrecked by a kangaroo. Viewed 345,000 times. This isn't working. No, but it's helping. Weddle spits, doesn't escape his beard. He wipes his face with the lab coat sleeve. Helping. I'm making an all-time ass out of myself to prolong my own worst nightmare. You're a hero. I don't want to be a hero. You're named after William Wallace, Braveheart, one of the most famous heroes of all time. Where would he have gotten without sticking his neck out for others? Not famous enough, apparently. He got his neck stretched. Well, he did in the movie. Mel Gibson movie. You call that luck? I don't. Look, I'm sure they have a backup plan. This will only go on for a little while longer. We're just sort of ignoring the fact that that isn't actually what his name is. It's fine. Close enough. Why are you sure they have a backup plan when I said this wasn't working? I mean, it wasn't working for me. It's just working just fine for them. William, you're gonna roll me up a hill and let me fall back down for the rest of my life, like Sisyphus. You know that's true. For one thing, the myth is actually great. Perfect. Change the subject to what a hapless asshole I am. I hadn't heard about it for one whole hour. Wow, it's like Harry's right here with me. I bet he soaked up enough bad luck for 10 people just now. Hooray. I didn't mean... You have fun writing those reports? I've read them. Really tight phrasing there, Bast. Dry comedy. I bet they get a real chuckle around all the water coolers. Wouldn't you know anything about that, right? I never. Remember what I told you? When you said you wanted to be my friend? SCP, the lamest story ever told. Well, now I do regret it, so fuck off back to 43 and tell them your next set of funny stories in person. At this time, Dr. Weddle advanced the theory that SCP-7000 phenomenon was seasonal and would soon dissipate. Analytics department studies suggested that this was unlikely. Dr. Weddle further theorized that SCP Foundation containment efforts might be responsible, as per the discredited allegations leveled by various groups of interest during the 6500 crisis. This, too, was rejected. Whatever the cause, the actions of Theta 7000 did not appear to neutralize or recognizably worsen the anomaly, merely offsetting its more problematic consequences for the time being. Economics temporarily reflect the actual reality. None taken, the market will correct itself. Okay. I did not make this one, no. But this sounds like the kind of shitpost energy that I would write. I'm just reading it. Just real quick, I'm gonna like scroll down real far. This is pretty far. Okay. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be able to go. I need to get to a nice like stopping point, I think. This is a big one. I don't like it, but I didn't expect an SCP reading stream. It's what I do on Wednesdays. I'll read some creepypasta, or we'll watch some like creepy YouTube series or something. You know, something. Economics temporarily reflect... Okay, 2 Chaos Insurgency infiltrators were evade capture after entering Site 79. Chief Security had changed the daily password on a hunch. It's usually analog horror on Weird Wednesdays, yes. 5 days later, Foundation personnel intercept a urgent call for medical aid from a townhouse on the outskirts of... I'm not even going to try. Discovering a cell of 12 insurgents violently ill with COVID-19. The agents who encountered the infiltrators at Site 79 had tested positive shortly before after their escape. A series of step complications found in the townhouse outlined the grandiose series of sabotages and thefts carried out at Japanese facilities. Upon inspection, each was found to have been individually impractical due to the unforeseeable on-the-ground exigencies. I'm plenty awake. I don't have much voice left in me. I think we might read this bit here, and then I'll change it to like maybe whatever this is as the name. So edit bookmark, name, copy. Okay, and then I can just check this as the thing that I need to read next time. I apologize for not reading the whole thing, but how much the janitor gets paid at SCP Foundation? You still have to be like a fairly high level guy. Like, I'm sure you have to have like a doctorate just to be a janitor there, right? On August 24th, an encoded transmission originating from the Chaos Insurgency hardened mobile array was received by Overwatch Command at Site 01. Though deemed as a low priority at the time due to Insurgency's vast reduced profile in light of their recent heavy losses, the ensuing conversation did finally present one passable casual explanation for the scenario itself. Probably not a doctor, but you need a lot of emergency training, right? All right. So I think what we're gonna do is tomorrow I'm gonna play more Dwarf Fortress because I'm obsessed, and I didn't get to try like half the things that I thought up for things to do. I've been doing a lot of streams where like active watching is less important than just in, you know, stuff to listen to while you're doing other stuff. I think Dwarf Fortress kind of fits that, as well as this. I'm gonna check and see if there's new art. Ultra Kill was trending, and I want to see why. It's just got good reviews. Also, Meat is trending, and there's no reason for it, which is interesting. But yeah. Oh, the butt plug mod. Right, right. So what was that? Was it like every time you get like hit or whatever, like vibration, just, you know. One message was deleted by the moderator. It was buttplug.io. I think it's like every time you take damage or something, it walking rumbles. Oh god. That seems like it would buttplug.io is genuinely cool. I kind of don't like Internet of Things sex devices, you know? Chess simulator. It seems like if like you were into it, that'd be very difficult to play. I don't think that was an urban legend that people were getting held hostage. But regardless, it doesn't much matter. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. But I will see you tomorrow with more, probably another like 6 to 7 hours of Dwarf Fortress. But I'll see you guys later.